you need an expensive camera to get good footage? What's in your pocket? Do you have a phone in your pocket? If you have a phone in your pocket, what's one of your limitations? You always get shaky footage. There's so many gimbals out there that claim that they can fix that shaky footage. But this one right here might even replace your DJI action camera. This right here is the Hohem iSteady M7. And if you film with your phone, this thing might change everything. How we doing, everybody? I'm Thomas. We're going to be unboxing and testing out this Hohem M7. This is a gimbal that promises next level pro stability features on it. It's supposed to have a crazy accurate AI tracker, which is this thing right here on the top, an RGB fill light, so no need to have extra lights or not. This is supposed to be your fill light so you can get a little extra light when you're in low light scenarios. And the screen also doubles as a remote control, which you can film yourself. You can control your gimbal from either across the room or wherever you're staged at to do your recording. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get this thing unboxed. So I've tested a few gimbals on this channel before, and I will say Hohem is one of the ones that I do wind up going back to a lot because they just make some really nice products. I really wish that they would, sponsor me or pick me up. I mean, this is a non-sponsor. This is sponsored by myself, my wife and myself. So yeah, you get a really nice carrying bag. I mean, Hohem, I really do like that about Hohem. You get a really nice carrying bag. Inside the box itself or the carrying bag, you do get the gimbal. So that's the gimbal itself right here. Very nice. This one is going to be a little bit heavier than some of the smaller pocket size like DJI 7P and stuff like that. If you haven't seen my review on the DJI 7P, go ahead and check out that on my channel. There's just some caveats that I really did not like that I believe a gimbal should have. You get a little extension pole, but it also doubles as a tripod. So you get a tripod and then an extension. So what you do is you screw it onto the bottom right here. And now you have more leverage on here, okay? And then it can also be your tripod as well to set it down somewhere if you need to set it down anywhere. What I do like, it does have the quarter thread right here on the side right here. So they do make a luggage where you can put it on here and get more stability. So once you add this pole right here, you get a lot more stable footage. What else comes in the box is this little bitty box right here. What's in here? Let's see, what's in here? We should get the USB-Cs. So yeah, you got a USB-C to USB-A for charging and then USB-C to USB-C. Now this goes into your cell phone and back into the gimbal itself because it will double as a charger as well. You do have a few manual and documents sitting right here. That way you know how to operate it. All right, so another reason why I went with the Hohem here, the M7, is because of the payload that it's able to take. So I have an S23, S24 sitting here. One of them is my main phone until the S26 comes out in February or January. But I use my S23, whatever this thing, I think it's S23 right here. I use it as this extra camera just running around. So I need a payload that's going to be able to handle this. And this right here is supposed to be able to handle the S22, 23, 24, 25, 26 coming up. And then also the iPhone 16 and 17 Maxes. So you're supposed to be able to handle all that payload because the motors are supposed to be that good to handle. And I noticed on some of the other ones, they struggle with my phone or they're not big enough for the phone. And I'm going to take my top two out of lock mode. So I'll take this one out of lock mode and I'm going to put it back into lock mode. And then I'm going to take this one out of lock mode and put it back into lock mode. So I can turn this like this right here. And now that's how I'm going to actually set up the phone. So what you do is you just throw your phone in there. And then once you get your phone in there, you want to make sure it's pushed up all the way up against here. And you do not turn the gimbal on yet. Leave the gimbal off because if you start messing with it, these motors are trying to move and you're going to want to break in your motors. Ask me how I know. I mean, I started somewhere one time, but yes, I've actually messed up some of these motors before when I first started out. So you got to really be careful. So the next thing we want to do now is this one right here. We want to go ahead and loosen these top two up. I'm going to go ahead and loosen that one up. So that one is now loose. We want to make sure that it is able to maneuver. Then we're going to do this one right here. I'm going to put my hand right here because we want to make sure that this one right here is the one that is stable, is this one right here. This one right here is already stable because you already pushed your phone all the way up against the padding inside here. Now this one right here, what you do is there's a little lever right here, and if it does like this right here, that's not what you want. You want to go ahead and you want to move it until it is straight. Go that way. Until it is right there, and now I can maneuver it, and now I should be able to maneuver off and on. All right, so the last one is this bottom one. Before you power it on, go ahead and unlock that as well. So now we have all angles moving where they need to move at. So now you're gonna hold the button for 3 seconds. So 1, 2, 3. And of course, Hohem just popped up, and now the gimbal is on, and now it is working as a gimbal. Watch the camera. Oh, let me get to the right side. Watch the camera right here. That camera stays right there the whole time. If you need to move the camera, you can move it with the controls right here on the screen. Also with the AI tracker, we do have a fill light on it. So like I said earlier in the video, the little scroll wheel right here, go ahead and tap and hold the center of it, and the fill light will come on. You can also adjust, you tap it again, and then of course you can turn the brightness up or down on this fill light, and it does get pretty bright. So if you need a little extra light, you have it. If you tap it again, you should be able to go between warm, which is right now it's on warm, to cool white. So one of the first things I would do, even though that you set everything up and you got it balanced out, is you can come on the remote and go to more settings, and then you can go to level gimbal and do auto. And now it's going to auto level it, and just go through any of the calibrations that might be built into the gimbal. So it beeps one time, it goes into it. Once it's done, it beeps again and lets you know that everything is level. And what all it does is it makes sure the motors are where they need to be at on the inside. That's just me. That's what I would do. I wouldn't just put a phone on it, run and gun, even though that's what it was, because you do have to slide the adjuster to close it and put it up and take it out and put your phone on it. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to walk outside, and we're going to test out the AI tracker, and we're going to also test out the footage and see how stable and how good the footage is with having a gimbal like this. Okay, again, you're going to probably see me look down because I want to make sure that I'm in focus of the gimbal itself. It's really nice to actually see myself on that gimbal. That's also what was really nice about having like the DJI Action 5, is to have that front screen, and now I actually have that on my gimbal with my phone, which is actually pretty cool. So yeah, so we can take things up a little bit. I can bring it down, and I'm not one of these ones that's coming out here trying to do no ninja walk. I don't want to be out here like all stealthy. I want to come out here and I want to walk and I want to film. And if a gimbal can't do that, then I don't want it. That's 100%. If you can't just come out here and shake the footage a little bit and try to get it as smooth as you can as you're walking and doing it, then I mean, what's the point of having it? To me, there wouldn't be no point. I mean, you can come down here, you can get you some low shots if you want. Again, now here, if you're trying to get like B-roll, that's where I can understand maybe having learning how to do the ninja walk or walking softer. I am on the extension pole as well, so I'm not like holding it way up on the top. But I'm going to tell you right now, it is really nice to have this little extra camera down here. That is really nice. So I know exactly how far I am from the gimbal itself, how the camera is actually viewing me. And if you want to know what I'm looking at, this is actually what I'm looking at. So I can actually see myself as I'm sitting here doing, and it's right there on the gimbal. This right here, I think, is worth a little extra over other gimbals, plus the AI tracker, which we're going to look at that here in just a sec. Okay, so what's also really nice, hold on, I need to make sure I'm in frame. Okay, again, like I said, once you have it set up on a tripod, so I have it on a tripod now, I have the remote in my hand. This is really cool. I get to see everything. Wow, that's just, I'm really astonished. I do wish it was a little bit bigger of a screen, don't get me wrong, but no, to be able to have that ability right there though, to be able to see myself, that way I know exactly what's going on, making sure my head's not cut off or nothing else. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna get into the AI tracker real quick. Give it the okay sign. So now the AI has picked me up, right? It has picked me up, it will follow me now. All right, now if you look at the screen is going to be a little glitchy on the screen, so don't think that that's what your footage is. Just 100% don't think that. What also this gimbal here stands apart, and another reason why I liked it, is being a solo content creator like I am, the ability to sit here and do 360s. I'm not limited by a hard stop on the gimbal itself. As you notice, I'm going on my second time walking in a circle. It has a complete 360 rotation to go all the way around. I'm gonna keep my back to it because I wanna see how much it keeps me as I'm walking away from this gimbal. Let's walk this way over here. Is it still following me? I mean, I'm a good, I don't know, 65 feet away right now. All right, so obviously the gimbal lost me as you get too far away. Let's go ahead and hit that okay again. And I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go back in this way here. Let's go back into the fence right here. And I'm going to come around the fence. And now I'm gonna come back out. Let's see if it goes ahead and re-picks me up again. And it does, it re-picks me up. So I literally went completely out of the frame and it re-picked me up on that. All right, so now that I'm in the center of the frame, say I want to film something to the right or to the left, or I want to get more into my frame. We have what they call AI reframing. So if you do this right here, which is like a football goal, and say I want to move right here, and I do it again, okay? So now whenever I'm moving, if you notice, I have a lot more room now on my right-hand side because I moved to the left. So now I want to go ahead and get back in the frame. What's going to do is it's blinking light over there. The light's blinking green, and then I'm going to come back into the frame and reframe it. And now I'm right back into the frame itself again. All right, one thing I haven't mentioned yet is if you want vertical footage. So right now it's in horizontal, but all you got to do is just turn this right here. Other gimbals, you would tap the button 3 times or 4 times, whatever it is, and it would go into vertical format. But this one here, you got to actually manually do, but it clicks and it holds there pretty good. So really and truly, as far as the gimbal itself, nothing less that I expected from Hohem, 100%. Just like all my other Hohem items that I have had, this one right here is just as great and feels good. It is made out of a plastic, you know, this is all plastic. It's not a big metal, so it has weight, but it's not going to overweight it for you while you're out there. I mean, anything that you hold and you're holding your arm up your arm's going to get tired over a period of time. I don't care which way you look at it. So another really cool feature is there's also a selfie stick, so you can pull it out as well as you're using the gimbal. That's also just so many features within this one gimbal. There's just so many. So you got the AI tracker, you got the fill light, you got the detachable screen so you can always stay in focus, and you get a selfie stick. That's just, to me, a no-brainer. As far as the AI tracker, I think the AI tracker did really, really good. It's this distance. I got about 55 to 60 foot. But again, the AI was trying to track my face. I didn't have the app downloaded to try to or figure out the subject tracking from the app. Subject tracking might be different. So say you're at a soccer game or a football game and you're up in the stands and there's somebody that you want to track down there, or you're outside with your dog or your kid, whatever it is, right? And you want to subject track. That I didn't get into. That's not something that I get into. If I do, I might do a follow-up on some of the best features that I find over the next few months with this gimbal right here. But as far as the gimbal and what I'm needing it to do, I mean, it is smooth. Even whenever I shook the camera saying about I'm not out here trying to do ninja walks. I'm not trying to ninja walk. You know, I'm trying to just film. And that's going to lead me into the next thing is, who's this for? This is for a solo content creator like myself. Anybody who does a lot of family functions, 100%. If you do family functions, you need a gimbal, 100%. If you do a lot of, your kids are in football, soccer, volleyball, whatever it is, and you're out there all the time, and you're filming like this out there with your phone, or you set up a tripod and you put it on there, I mean, if you don't want to go spend the money on an action camera, this right here, you can turn your phone into that action camera with that smooth stability. Is this worth your money? This is for average people that are out here that are either just trying to have fun or just trying to start out. That's just plain and simple. And to some of the other ones that I have already reviewed, this one right here, it hits every mark that I'm needing. And that I know that, again, 90% of most content creators solo creators need in a gimbal. So hopefully this helped your buying decision. Go ahead and check out right here. See if this one out here will help your buying decision as well.